International Blast Man, Real Spitters TV, Real Spitters Radio, RealSpitters.com. You already know what it is. Holla at your boy. Check it, right? You know me, I'm always listening out for what's news. Right? And I was catching some earlier on Hip Hop News Uncensored. And they was talking to Ice Cube. Right? And the title says we all need to keep Ice Cube in our prayers after this video about the powers that be. Now this is something you hear me talk about a lot, the powers that be. Right? And the thing is, he's talking about the big three. And he's talking about how they're trying to, interfere with what he's doing, and how long do we sit back and not consider the fact that it's wrong for us to sit back and watch what's going on with our brothers and sisters and not get involved. We have to speak up when we see that there's an injustice being done. We need to help our counterparts through whatever. And see, what happens is, because we was taught self-centeredness, narcissist behavior, we don't understand what it is to help our fellow man. Because in the long run, what we was taught was to fear the other man. And in that fear, we forgot how to help our brother man, because we fear helping our brother man for retribution, right? But at some point, we got to look at, okay, how do we benefit us? How do we help us? And the way to help us is stop being so selfish. But I need y'all to take a moment and just dig.
Some of you may not have realized that I'm not part of the club. And a lot of you listening to me right here, right now, you're not part of the club either. And what I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of their fucking club. That pisses them off. What club am I talking about? I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all got to deal with. You know who they are, and they definitely know who they are. A lot of people would be like, "What? Who? Come on, man, stop playing." So ever since I put out the contract with Black America, they've been fucking with me. Here and there, this and that. But it's cool enough. I expect that.
The question is, are we truly aware of what he's talking about? Who he's talking about? Who his powers that be are.
With that, I done made it.
Trump has been on the same road, trying to tell you who these powers that be are. Nobody's listening.
What they've been doing, the NBA been fucking with us. Now, a lot of people might say, like, well, Q, you want to work with the NBA? Really, I don't give a fuck about working with the NBA. What I want them to do, when I say work with us, is to stop working against us.
Basically.
Stop doing that bullshit behind the scenes that we know.
Basically. Just let us operate.
Mainstream media, they ain't fucking with us. And that's cool. We can do it ourselves, you know what I'm saying? We're still on the rise without these motherfuckers. So we don't need them, you don't need them. So What am I gonna do to deal with these motherfucking gatekeepers? Well, what I'm gonna do is go on a Fuck the Gatekeepers podcast tour. And
what we need to do is boycott those gatekeepers. Stop watching the WNBA. Stop watching the NBA. Stop buying tickets to the
game. Let people hear from me, you know. And
because when you think about it, how many of those athletes actually give back to the melanated community? And stop calling yourself black because you're not black. You're melanated. Black is your color. I don't look black, do I? I don't care how dark it is wherever I'm at. I don't look black. I'm brown.
So people make it.
It's melanated. Without that melanation, what you have is a deprivation of the essence of any hue, color, which gives you that neutral. The Caucasian is absence of color.
Support the big three.
And what makes them colorful, because now you see red, purple, blue, orange, green, pink.
People that's bored.
They're colored. I'm only one shade all the time. Come on.
So here we are.
So let's stop being manipulated into believing things that's garbage. You see? So it's like, at what point do we say to ourselves, you know what? There's a lot more we can do together. I'm gonna keep saying this. There's a lot more we can do together as opposed to what we can do apart, single-handedly. And see, that's the thing we have to help our people take notice to. You know, that's the thing. Are we seriously going to start paying attention to the fact that we're only as good as we make ourselves out to be? Which means we have to start thinking ourselves into a reality of more importance. Because as long as we keep continuing to look down on ourselves, our counterparts, we're going nowhere fast. And we're always going to stay at the bottom because we're not working our way up to the top. We've got to come, because whether we really know it or not, is how we think about ourselves that keep us in a hole, in a rut, at the bottom. It's what we think of ourselves that keep us from rising. We have to start thinking more of ourselves. And this is my dude right here, Riz Rothstein, you know. I'm always gonna give him a shout because his music is hard. But where I'm at with it is, how many of us actually really read the Bible and really paid attention to what the message is in that book, who they're actually talking to, who they're actually speaking about, whose 6,000 year history they're talking about in that book? Because it only spans over 6,000 year history. Whose history is recorded in that New Invitation Bible? It's certainly not ours, because ours predate that book. Our history actually predates that book. Everything you see that predates that Bible is actually our history. No matter how much they continue to try to whitewash it, it does them no good. It does them actually no good, because When you read through it and you start understanding, and say for instance, right, you take a dictionary, better yet, a Strong's Concordance, a Bible dictionary, and you have it right there with you as you begin to do your study of the history of the Bible, Quran, whichever religion. And when you come across certain words that you don't readily recognize from your English vocabulary, then this is where you utilize your strong concordance and your dictionary to decipher these words. Because what you come to find out is certain words that they gave you meanings to does not mean actually what they say it means. It has a totally different meaning when you bring it back to its root. It means something totally different. So what they've been doing is they've been using the English language as a type of sorcery to trick people into believing certain things that are not, to make you think something other. And that's why they say the English language is based specifically on sorcery, black magic. Because, like they say, you could think anything into reality. You can think anything into reality because if you can think it, you can achieve it. Anything that was created was a thought first. They thought about it. And what they did was they took all those thoughts and they made it a reality because they put the work in after the thought. After the thought came action. So the question is now, at what point do we begin to take action from these thoughts we've been having? Because we already know we've been played. We've been duped to believe something that is not. Yo, you got, yo, hold on. Check out my dude, Greg. I tell you, man, see, that's the thing, right? That's why I say we got to start pushing new brands, because what they're giving us on the radio today, come on, that's not music, man. Well, it is music because the music behind the voices is what got people listening. Because you dance to a beat, a rhythm. If you take the beat, the music away, you can't dance to the acapella. So it's the vibrations, it's the music that keeps the body moving in a rhythm, in sync to a beat. So always remember it's the music, because anybody can say anything. Just like we get back to the English language, and why I say you got to be careful, because it's used for sorcery. Because words are power. Words are power. So stop believing that there's no power in what you say. Because in what you say, how you put meaning behind it, is to know your feelings show its truth, because you feel what you say and it makes it real. Because you feel it, what you're saying, and you know that's your truth. So how else do you put it? You get it? So, and I'm always gonna say that book of Enoch. Hold on a second. I got to let y'all get this. I don't care who niggas got it. I'm doing music, you niggas got it. I don't care who give a niggas got it. If niggas violent, they like folks on sale when a nigga buys it. Broke niggas for money, bum niggas and dry shit. Niggas buy it, try to have it, just niggas got it. I don't care about jail, and if you been inside it for a little time or you on the run, but niggas hide it. Now on the way to my dog, but I am improvising. I don't be in my bag unless the niggas shopping. We found in the bullshit, I get it sloppy, taking the products in the curb, and I'm a bit sloppy. I gotta let y'all get this. This is just too hard for me to even talk to. Y'all got to get some of this, man. I know I got to, put some ad lib to it because, I don't own the rights to this music, man. So I got to give you some commentary while I'm letting this thing play because then I get strike because if Riz don't like what I'm doing and giving y'all a taste of his flavor, he can strike me and have me shut down. So, only a little bit at a time I can give without a commentary. But I hope Riz understand, the people got to hear this. They got to get the feelers, man. Not just me. They know me for me. So understand, Riz, this ain't just for me, it's for everybody, man. I'm trying to get you to plug in, man, and subscribe. Riz Roseman, yo. And smash that like button, man. Subscribe. This is all new, man. I'm giving you everything I can, man. New music, commentary, all that. Because it's not fair that K-Slate keeps playing what he's told to play or what he's paid to play. I think we should play with they trying to avoid us hearing. Why they don't want us to hear it? Wow, what is it? It shows that we got people out here making better music than that garbage they trying to push out. So they trying to keep this back door on it. That's bad. I don't think that's right at all. Back door on it. In the game, I was murdering for 3 whole shit, scores like 34. That's right, Brad, talk about it. These rappers are throwing of a soul craftsman. Why the rope, why you hold nothing? Hold captain, still smoking Hail Mary, it ain't old Catholic. You clowns are not better. My clothes is top leather, still swim through the swamp and crop weather with a python blood on a knife blade. Still do a small white tea on a light day. Smoke light break, something tangible, man. It's a different type, hey. And these rats I slang since the 9th grade. Since birthday candles are on a flight cake. And this bearing along with my face, and it's cool because I can carry the cross for Christ's sake. Now fuck with nobody who ain't like Jay. Don't care what he did or what you got to say. My thing is, at what point do we stand tall together? We need to start boycotting some things. Start putting pressure on the powers that be to respect what we do. Let us do what we do. Get out the way. Or we kicking the dough down. That's what it is. We got to make them believe that it's real. That we're not going to tolerate being on the back burner no more. We coming through strong. Listen, we talking. And what we have to do is make those who profited the most from slavery liable and make them pay that check, 40 acres in the new, because it's still owed. That check was never cashed. We was never given that check. We was never afforded the opportunity to do for ourselves. Because every time we did, check the history, they destroyed those towns. We're still owed a great debt And until y'all grow a backbone and go up in that courtroom and say, yo, we demand our money, man. We're gonna always be at the bottom of the barrel, baby. It's time that we go in there and say, yo, we aware. We know what's going on. We want out. We want out. Give it up. Or continue to be a doormat for somebody to just wipe their feet on. Step in your house. And Kanye had a point. It was messed up, but everything is a choice. You can choose to be suppressed, oppressed, or you can go out for a cause, fight. So the choice. So the choice. You know, and sometimes people make a choice to live. Some people choose to live. And I understand. I understand. But there's going to come a time where you're going to look at it like everybody else, enough is enough. You know, and in my lifetime, there's just things I would like people to really get to know and understand is there's a way to unlock a lot of hidden history. And what we need to get back to is teaching our children the importance of history, knowledge, words, reading is fundamental. We need to get back to teaching our children their history. So they'll know how much to accept and how much to not accept. Because we become too complacent with accepting and tolerating anything. I was listening to a young lady and a gentleman having a conversation about, and I'm gonna locate that again because it was weird. It was actually weird because I'm trying to understand what actually happened because in the interview it was like she called up because she had a problem with him talking down on melanated women, but then melanated women, you have to be accountable for your actions. You have to be accountable for your actions. You can't run around ratchet and then expect for people not to point out your ratchetness to you. And through the music that they've been promoting and a lot of other things that they've been promoting through music, movies, through art, is how much melanated people are worth nothing, which is a lie. Because you got this brother sitting there saying, oh, I'm tired of people talking about kings and queens. but it's a fact. We civilized the uncivilized world. We brought civilization to mankind. It's a fact. And because you got these brothers that's been whitewashed and diluted so bad to the fact that they still downplay their own history. That's a real clown because he keeps himself secondary. He is now placing himself in a secondary role. They don't have to do it no more because he's now doing it for himself. Clown. And that's what he don't see. He don't see, and I'm gonna find it, and when I find it, I'm gonna bring it back, and we're gonna talk about that again because Homeboy really got it twisted. He really has it twisted. I really have to find that and pull it back up so you can see what I'm talking about. Because, okay, sisters, you have to be accountable because you're forgetting that you're ladies first. Before you're a bad bitch, you're a lady, you're a mother, you're a sister, you're an aunt, you're a grandmother. You're a lady first before anything. Before you become a bad bitch or a hoe, you're a lady first. Don't forget that fact. And you have to bring it back to that. You have to start demanding to be treated as a lady and not a bad bitch. Because you're not a bad bitch. You got to have a more dignified sense of self. And when you belittle self, that's all you left with. You have to make yourself mean more. But once you begin to belittle yourself, you did the colonizer, the oppressor's job for them. At what point do you begin to start standing up again and saying, I ain't no bad bitch. I'm a beautiful lady. I'm a woman that deserves all the respect that the mother of civilization deserves. When are you going to tell yourself that? And stop letting people belittle you and tell you you are less than great. And brothers, that's what we have to get back to, making them feel great. That's why we're in the turmoil we're in. I'm going to keep saying it until we find that common ground and bring the love and unity back to the melanated family. We're lost. We're always going to be slaves.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
We're always going to be slaves to
The
other
Bluetooth
men.
device is connected successfully.
Because we're not doing what we need to do for self. We're not. We're not. And that's what's sad. That's what's sad. At what point do we start to get back to who we are, what we are, what we about? Because we're lost and we're losing badly. Badly. We have to fight our way back out trouble. We have to. Or begin to understand that all is wrong.
A lot of niggas is hollering, a lot of gibberish, a lot of nothing, they clubbing, a lot of gimmick shit.
I don't want to keep them losing. See, because I got to give y'all a taste of this bread first. Bread is just hot. Man. Smash that like button. Subscribe. International Glassman, just an opinion. Smash that like button. Subscribe. Because we got some real things we need to talk about. And I'm on my way, like I said, to go get that information. Because we have some serious sitting down and talking we need to do. But until I go get all my information back, it's going to be hard because I'm winging it. You know what I mean? I'm winging it. So I need y'all to bear with me. He grabbed the mirror.
Don't ask me how I got it. I've been trapped on. I remember I was trying to flip a habit to $1, and now I'm laughing at the bitch. Yeah, I started rapping, but I'm still up in the field. So when you see me by myself, you already know the deal. I ain't worry you for fun up, cause I'm busy as the skill. Call the duty with the duty, headshot and the kill. Just about to party 30, got me started in this bitch. I'm about to pull that same shit. I was saying I was great, but bitch, I'm gang, I ain't changing that shit. If I run it to the house, I let it bang to the click. She said she like my style, I'm just thinking it's a flow. She attracted by the smell, thinking everything is dope. She wanna ride the thing, but first I let her drive the boat. But shorty up the Henny, she amazing with the dope. When I get her in the game, they gon' let you get a goal. Pulling up with the chain back to back like a boat. You was acting like you tough, cause your chain in your coat. And my shoes rolling up in your chain in my coat. I can stay up in my lair, I'ma bring it to a
People got to understand, I don't own the rights to this music, so the only reason why I'm talking through half of it is because I don't want to get sued or get my channel flagged. I'm trying to get it up. So y'all can listen to some of this new music, because it's being held in limbo. It's being held in limbo. I don't know why, but it's like they don't want y'all to know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. It's sad. But they need to.
In the party and real for drugs. Don't know how to act. Work you well, I'm giving the gun. She don't know how to act. When she with us, and she had the fun. She don't know how to act. None of this rap, this we food. So you know
I gotta stop moving around and all that, but the thing is, I'm trying to, make y'all hear some of this that they not letting y'all get. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to let y'all get some of this that they're not trying to let y'all get. And I don't think
you get left at the mat. I got a grizzly right here on the side. 7 morning, first up, put the bitch on my lap. Bitch so cool, let me fuck in the back. First night, bitch, you fuck where we at. When we done, don't get too attached. I'm deep in the party. Hold up. Watch out, come out. I'm backing my gun out. They said I'm a plug out. Bitch, rather than there, I'm riding around with that nigga on me. He got a gun with a stick like a mop. Yeah, I be coming to clean up, homie. It's a little ice pack, about to roll them up. I ain't passing, I'm skimming, homie. I'm keeping the spot. Bitch, I be dumbing out. This turkey is beating on me. We got a group of brown niggas trying to get with us. They told me to roll up. She trying to beat down and got turned down. Cause you see that he turned up. She got a fuck me and broke.
you read the mirror. International Glass, man. Real Spitters TV, Real Spitters Radio, RealSpitters.com. You already know. You already know. Get with the website. We're doing all kinds of promos there, Real Spitters. If you need some some promotion, hit me up. We talk a reasonable, and we promote. We get the promotion. My promotion game is serious. Triple Flyana is already in the mix. Get with it. I'm gonna put all that back in play. It's just that I've been gone for a while and I had to set some things up. I gotta get back set up because I just moved, so yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hoolie Goo, feel my pain. You feel me? Got to feel the pain. Because everything ain't always going to be just that, gang. We all go through hard times. We all go through, different pain, different hardships. Life ain't always golden. One thing you need to understand, life ain't always golden. But you know, for the most part, what you have to do is understand that until we get back together as a melanated family, a melanated community, brother helping brother, sister helping sister, we always going to be hurting for everything because we have no unity. You can't go hungry if you're all together on a unified front.
I'm back on my shit.
I ain't never seen 2, 3 heads together lose. I'm gonna say this. I've never had a bad day when it was 3, 4 of us putting our heads together, making it work. I've had bad days when I was the only one trying to figure it out. I've had bad days. I've dealt with hardships when I was the only one trying to figure it out. But when it's 2, 3 minds working together, it's never a difficult fix because we come together and make it work. When do we get back to that? We need to bring it back, family. You got to feel his pain. You got to know his pain to understand his pain. And see, that's the thing. As a community, we all know each other's pain. So how do we help us come out of that? Together. That's how. Together. What we can't do by ourselves, we can do together. Holla at your boy. International Black Man, Real Spitters TV, Real Spitters Radio, RealSpitters.com. You already know what it is. Holla at your boy. Holla at me. Get with me, man. Talk to me. Peace.